Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. I've got a legless M6 right here. we've got a we've got new wheels new tires for the car. So the wheels are off, the tires are off to the side. Tire guy, excuse me, I don't know where that burp came from. Tire guy will be here tomorrow afternoon. I have a appointment with the oral surgeon, and after that, tire guy will be here. We're going to do a whole bunch of swapping with tires and wheels, and then we will have uh, the only thing left to do on the car will be the oil change, and we're going to do that on Wednesday before we leave on Thursday. So the car is really set up nicely. We're very happy with the coilovers and how they're set. We're happy with the alignment. We're happy with the power, and we're very, very excited about the race. So of course, there's a million things to do before race day and practice day and all of that stuff. Fortunately, I have all my gear. We have a pre-race meeting here tomorrow night, which we'll probably do a YouTube live, probably not for the meeting, but for other stuff. And then also tomorrow, we're going to do the graphics for the car. So we're not going to be numbered 77. The names here are going to change a little bit, and we're going to have different graphics on the car. So our theme is a little different, and we'll do a big reveal for you guys. Either a big white sheet pulling off, or spin the camera around and everyone gets to see it all at once. We'll do a big reveal for that. But here's the really cool part about what's coming up this weekend. And uh, if you want to come watch us race at Pittsburgh International Race Complex Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I will pay for your spectator pass for all 3 days. So just send me a message either in the comments below, or send me a text or a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I will take care of you. Uh, I will cover your costs for the entire weekend. For the spectator badge, I can't pay for your hotel and your flight from Australia and all that stuff. So if you want to join us and watch us go kick ass around the track, and also check out some of the other vehicles and the other teams. The really cool part about Lemons is uh, there'll be probably about 120 different cars there. In comparison, in NASCAR, you have less than 40. And same thing in IndyCar, you usually have less than 40 cars. There's over 100 cars at Lemons races. And there's everything. I mean, there's 1987 Toyota MR2s with Camry V6s in them. There are 1981 Toyota Celicas with, big block Chevy engines in them. You will see every kind of combination and every morphing of body and chassis and engine and steering and everything. Probably the coolest part of the people. And you get to meet some really incredible people, some very ingenious people, and very resourceful people. So they're a lot of fun. The other cool part is the food. There's just amazing food. At Pitt Race last year, there was a guy walking around with this huge tub of thick cut, like really half-inch thick cut bacon that he had been grilling, or whatever you're doing with bacon, frying bacon for hours. And he was at the driver's meeting and just had this big tub, and there's a little thing of toothpicks, and you take a toothpick and you get a couple pieces of bacon. He's just walking around the driver's meeting giving it to whoever wanted really awesome bacon. No, he wasn't racing. He didn't have a car there. He wasn't with the team. He was just there to hang out with cool people and cook some really great food. I think he brought some food to the potluck dinner on Saturday night too. But the spectator badge gives you complete access to everything except pit lane, and you can't drive one of the cars on the track. But otherwise, you can go everywhere. You can go throughout the whole paddock, um, talk to all the teams. Everyone's very friendly, even when they're frantic. They blew up an engine, they're trying to replace it. Still very friendly people, and you can learn a lot, especially if you're into racing. A lot of guys are hardcore. They're out there. They're trying to win it. We're trying to. I wouldn't say we're trying to win it, but we're just definitely trying to place higher than we did at the last race, and that's always been the motivation, is to place higher than we did at the last race. We've been very successful I'd say the last year and a half. With this engine in the car, we've been a lot more successful than we have, and that's a lot of fun. It's very rewarding, um, very very rewarding to see a project, a 3 4 year project, go out there and kick ass all weekend and have a great time. We have a rookie with us. What the hell is that? We have a rookie with us this race. His name's Casey. He's never been on track before. He's never raced a car before. He's a very good driver, but he's a rookie, and so that'll be fun to watch too. And don't forget, we're going to be live streaming on this channel on YouTube directly from the car. We have 3 cameras. We have one here at the back of the car. We have one up at the nose of the car, like right at ground level. And then we have one in the cabin of the car that looks right at the driver. And you can see him shift. You can see the other cars on the outside of him. You can see, you get a really, really killer view. We also have the dash, because since we have the digital dash, we have it overlaid in the corner. So you can see the speedometer, tachometer, engine temp, all of that stuff. You can actually kind of be with us in the race car. So getting everyone closer to the action is my goal for this, and that's why I'm offering to cover spectator badges to anyone that shows up. So, like I said, just shoot me a comment down here, hit me on Facebook or Instagram, or then shoot me a text if you've got my number. I'm not hard to get a hold of, and let me know that you're going to be there, and I'll get your spectator badge. It's a lot of fun. You're gonna have a good time if you like cars at all. Whether you're into drifting or drag racing or anything else, you're gonna really like it. It's a ton of fun. So I've got a little prep to do on the car tonight, and I figured I would have you guys join me for that. There's When the new glass went on, the urethane for the glass didn't quite come all the way up to the edge. And that's okay if you have the rest of the trim all the way around the windshield, but we don't have the rest of the trim because it's all aluminum. It's kind of heavy, and it's not the look we're going for. It's not the style we're going for. So I'm going to reseal. I'm going to run another bead of urethane around the windshield to make sure it stays totally sealed. When we were in Atlanta in December, it poured rain all 3 days. Actually, all 4 days we were down there. It just poured rain. And we got some leakage just from the speed and the amount of water in the passenger side. Over on that side, we had some leakage that came down the windshield on the inside. So we're trying to take care of all of that. And so I'm going to mask off for the urethane that I'll do tomorrow. We've got graphics tomorrow morning. We've got oral surgeon, and then we've got tires in the afternoon. Tonight, currently, what I've been doing is working on the trailer. We have a whole bunch of new stuff in the trailer. The tire rack's in there. I redid the ramp floor. It's all truck bed linered. It looks great, and it works really great. And then it's going to sound very odd, but I have kind of a sauna going inside the trailer right now to heat up the floor tiles. The floor tiles are going to be, we're reusing floor tiles. They're going to go on the floor, obviously. And so since it was cold outside last night, the tiles kind of crinkled up. So I need to warm them up so that they can lay flat. We've got a whole bunch of this stuff. It's called Super 77. And this is a great spray adhesive. Just a spray can. Oh, they have a different nozzle now. Used to have an adjustable nozzle, but this is really good spray adhesive. And that'll go on the back of the tiles, and the tiles will stick to the floor. And that way we protect the really nice brand new floor in the trailer. And also we have, the way I've laid it out is we have black tiles on the outside, and we have white tiles in the center, because the car only leaks from the center. Doesn't leak anything on the outside. So we'll be able to tell where leaks are coming from. It'll give us an X and Y, and hopefully diagnose anything. Right now, the car doesn't leak anything, which is really great. We've had absolutely no leaks on this. A little condensation. That's about it. But that's also because it's cold here in Ohio, and we go to warm places, and that's what happens. So I'm gonna grab some supplies really quick, and I'm gonna mask this off. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat really quick. Where did my paper towels go? So I'm gonna get this, clean up the windshield, and where we're gonna tape, clean that up kind of quick. The nice part about smaller cars, especially like JDM cars, is I can reach almost all the way around this thing. On the Miata, I pretty much can. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see. Even though it looked clean, that's what was on the windshield and right on top of the car. So it might look clean, but it actually isn't. And another pro tip: you get these bottles at CVS. You can put a regular spray bottle cap on there. Works great. And alcohol is a great cleaner. It's almost a solvent, but it works really, really well because it also evaporates very quickly. So you don't have a lot of crap going on and staying on, which is what you don't want. Is this all on the outside? Yeah, I'll have to get some glass cleaner for that stuff. There's some stuff on here we want to make sure stays off, and then we're going to mask off the glass and make sure we don't get, because urethane is absolutely gross. It will stick. God, it would stick to John Gotti. I'm going to start on that side. And work my way over. And the other fun part is this is curved, so that makes it a little more difficult. I should probably, if I was smart, like I said, if I was smart, I'd use a thinner piece of tape so I can get that curve going better. And then come back with the big guy. So hang on to him for a minute. Thinner tape usually, not all the time, but usually makes it easier to make turns because you're not pulling as much material. And then we're going to have to do this in a few different takes. Just because of the angle. That radius is pretty hard coming around that corner. Yeah, we'll have to do this too. Okay. It's like masking off for paint, kind of. But I think urethane is even more vicious than paint. Paint you can sand down and reprimer. Urethane, man, that gets on something. It's going to stay there. They do have urethane remover, but it's getting more and more difficult because the windshield has a black sun band at the top, and the urethane is black, and then my hand is blocking the light, is making it difficult to show the line. But yeah, this works pretty well so far. So I'm going to stretch him out and set him up there. And yeah, it takes a few minutes to do this, but it is well worth it because cleanup with urethane takes about 10 times as long. So that's where our radius gets a little fierce. We're going to come back to help that radius out with a different piece at a slightly different angle. We'll probably have to do 3 pieces over here as well. And on this side of the windshield, we have our Lemons stickers, our tech approved stickers that we keep on the car. Shoot, we might have to do a couple of extra pieces here. Okay. There we go. Stay right there. There. Cool. I got to figure out what to do with the ends over here. We might run, depending on what kind of application I got, I might run another bead, but it'll be underneath, so it won't be on top of this. So now we'll do our top edge here on the car, on the roof of the car. Because I don't want it up here either. As much as we're doing a whole bunch of body work on this, I don't want it any more jacked up than necessary. It's already got enough problems. So we're going to run that over there and let him stay put. Make sure all this edge stays. And he can crease up at the top edge. We don't really care about that. Oh, and I have a lift arm and a rear view mirror exactly where I don't want them. Making it very difficult to get this close to the car so that I can see where that edge is and get the tape laid down. Yeah, masking takes a little bit of time, but in the end, I believe it really is worth it. You'll have a much cleaner finished product. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with these edges here. Because they're gonna be it's gonna be like a ball or something. I don't know, I'll figure that out in a second. Use this stuff up on top and below. This gives us a little wider band. Because that stuff is going to go everywhere. Even though you're putting it in a little half-inch trough, quarter-inch trough, it's still going to end up all over the place. All over the place. Whenever I work with urethane, I use like old clothes. Definitely use gloves. And the sticker tape has a tough time turning, but that's okay. We got it. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to do that, how to finish off these corners. It'll be kind of interesting. Working in two different directions on those corners. I'm not quite sure the best way to do it yet. But you guys will help me out, right? You guys are smart. You guys are pretty darn smart. Yeah, this 2-inch just doesn't want to turn. Has a very difficult time turning. Even if you help it, even if you let it crease, it still is a tough time. So let's see if we can figure out how to do this, these corners. And I think the best way is going to be to go like this. Well, no, because I need, come back here, tape. I need that bead to go underneath there. So I think this is probably going to be the best way on the underside. That'll give us a little, kind of a little bulge right here. So that's the underside, or the lower edge, I should say. And yeah, we're already covered over here. Well, kind of. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now they match on both sides. Now for the top, I think we want to bring this down straight across, and then we will run him so I'm going to add this guy, because then that way it keeps the urethane in the rain gutter here, which in theory will also keep the water in the rain gutter. And then we can do, I think I can do, is that going to work? Yeah, that should work. I'm just going to run a straight line up to the corner. And that will give me kind of a solid corner here. With a little bit of a radius, it'll actually come out and it'll kind of have a wall right here, which will then come down to the underside of the glass here. I think that's the best way to do that. So this guy we can pull back, cover over here. That tape didn't make it over to the edge. All right, a little extra help here. And I've got popsicle sticks and stuff like that. That will definitely help make this look considerably better than what the tape job looks like. So we did from the corner straight up to the glass edge, right? Straight up from the glass edge to the corner, and then tucked it and matched it with this. Oops, that guy's stuck a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to be pretty darn close on that. And that should give us a nice, it'll be, because we're trying to go flat, down, and then down again. Since we're trying to get 3 angles on it, hopefully we can get that. It's little tiny stuff like this, and you have, a million of them that you want to get done. Like, I'd love to have the car painted, and I'd love to have the sunroof welding, all covered up, and I'd like to have one color white on the car, but we're doing okay. We did saw the roll bar got painted, and this is just a first coat. So we're going to run with this first coat, and then when it comes back, we'll do the second coat on it. That'll kind of tell us where the wear marks are and where we need to go heavier, what kind of adjustments we need. So the roll bar is in very good shape. We have brand new truck bed liner on the both of the footwells, both the passenger and the driver, even though there is no passenger in the vehicle now. And so when I get urethane, I also have to get oil. Actually, we have oil for the car. So I just need to get a filter, but I think I have a filter. I thought maybe I had another filter, which I do. I think. Nope, that is not for this car. Well, I guess I need to get another filter. I thought I had another oil filter for the car, but I do not. So that's kind of it. Car is ready to go. Oh, the tires that we're using, I'll grab those and show those to you guys real quick. I just have them stashed up here right now. These are kind of a new tire. They are highly recommended by Miata guys, autocross guys, everybody else. It's the Continental, and this is the, I can't read it upside down, Extreme Contact Force. And you can see the size are running 205, 50, 15s. And they're directional, obviously, as you can tell from this. They're very much like it's kind of a combination of the RE71s and the NT05s. So we're hoping for the best of both worlds. Good dry, good wet, but mostly good dry. That's what this really is for. And these are not bad. They're about 170, 175 bucks each. Have a super deep lip on them. So they can be stretched pretty well, but we're not really doing that. So those guys will get mounted. They're going to get mounted on the black wheels. The NT05s are going to go on the silver wheels, which normally go on the Miata. And I have the Miata on daisies right now on its original wheels, which makes it look kind of funny when it's all lowered with the original wheels on it, little 185s. And then we have, I'm going to take these 2 wheels and the 2 black wheels and get them all powder coated. So we will technically have 12 949s, and they will all have, I'll probably get another set, depending on how well these Continentals do, I'll probably get another set of these Continentals. They were 680 bucks landed, which is not bad. Be another 120 to put them on, 100 bucks to get them mounted, 25 a tire. And that will not be a bad deal because those tires, they'll definitely last me through They'll probably last me through this season if I keep swapping them back and forth between the race car and the Miata. So I think that's a good way to go. So I have two sets of silver wheels and one set of black wheels. And the black wheels are for this car. They're for the MR6. Silver wheels can go back and forth between Miata and MR6. So we have a good plan with those. I think that's about it. I'm gonna go check on the trailer. Unfortunately, I can't take you guys into the trailer. There's no light in there. I have the heater going, so it's kind of like a sauna in there. It's a very, very warm. I'm trying to, like I said, get those tiles to lay very flat, and hopefully those will flatten out overnight tonight. I want to get it super warm in there. That's the plan. Like I said at the beginning. Oh wait, who's here? Someone is commenting. Hey, John. So yeah, hopefully John comes back and races with us. John raced with us at Pitt Race. His very first time last year. He had an absolute blast and he did a great job too. He was absolutely. There's a very funny part of the video where, and I think John saved it, and I should put it back up on this channel because it's really funny. John goes, it's his very first time out on track, out on a full track in open wheel racing. And you can hear him on the mic and he goes, "What the hell am I doing? I'm just a dumb street racer." And then, he's, so nervous about all this. And then he gets out on track and within 2 laps, he's giggling like, a Girl Scout who just sold 50 boxes of cookies. He was having an absolute blast. So it's kind of intimidating at first, but once you get out there and once you get doing it, you really get focused and you have a lot of fun. And you get to learn a lot too. You learn a lot in a very short period of time. So John had a great time with it and he did a great job. No beer canning of the car, no 4-offs, none of that. He got the job done. No worries. No locking up brakes, no none of that. He drove very, very smooth. Um, so hopefully he'll come back and race with us again because he was also fast as hell. One of the fastest guys that weekend. I think he was second or third fastest that weekend out of our team. And who else do we have? I talked to Katie this weekend. Katie's going to come back once her newborn is a little more, or I should say, a little less needy, and Katie can go out on the track for half an hour at a time. But the Quinn is kind of dependent on mom right now, and that makes total sense. But Katie's definitely coming back in, and Karen, her husband, will probably join us too. So we might have a husband-wife team, which would be pretty cool. We've got some other people. My friend Geronimo, he posted yesterday that he wants to come race with us. He will be fast as hell. Geronimo is, he used to pro race motocross, and he's a big motorcycle guy. He's also a huge car guy. So Geronimo would be great to have on the team, especially if we're trying to go for, a podium finish. That would be a smart move by me to get Geronimo on the team. So we might do some of that at maybe the next event, maybe at NCM or maybe at Gingerman because that's a little closer for Geronimo. That would be really cool. Love to have him drive this car. He would have so much fun in it. So that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, we'll have we're going to have a pre-race meeting here tomorrow, and we're going to do the graphics on the car. If you guys want to come and spectate, I personally will cover your spectator pass for the weekend. So that covers Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's potluck dinner on Saturday night. If you want to bring something, that would be cool. If you don't want to, that's fine too. There's usually really, really kick-ass food there. And you get to go everywhere except in the pits and on the track. And that's only for safety reasons. But if you want to come down, like I said, I'll pay for your pass. I'd love to have you down there. I know the rest of the Lemons crews would all love to have you down there. So, come down and join us. We'll have a good time. There's some amazing cars, really cool people, great food. It is a really cool race weekend. So yeah, that's where we're at. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight and watching me tape up a windshield. And hopefully, some folks will take advantage of the spectator badge thing. I haven't heard from anyone yet, but um, I'm optimistic. I'm always optimistic. And there's also a lot of people are going to do late notice stuff. They'll show up, Saturday morning, and I'll have to find out about it then. But that's fine. I don't mind as long as you come to the track and enjoying it. You don't have to cheer us on either. You can cheer on Three Pedal Mafia. You can cheer on any of the other teams. Hell, cheer on the Lemons crew. You can watch the penalties. There's a lot of fun stuff with the penalties where they, if you go off track, they usually have you do some kind of penalty, like type out an apology letter on like an old school typewriter, or uh, the big one is fueling. They'll saran wrap you to the roof of your car, and you have to go around with a megaphone saying you'll be more safe next time. They drive you around the paddock like that. There's a lot of really fun stuff. We had one in Atlanta because a couple of the other drivers had some offs. We had to build a gingerbread house, and it was close to uh, Christmas, so that was the penalty. And we had to build a gingerbread house and decorate it and all of this. And it was a lot of fun. Um, as much as we didn't want to do it, whole team had to do it. It's not like just those drivers; it's the whole team that has to go. So we all came down there and built this cool gingerbread house. And Sarah Montgomery was one of the judges, and she was the one in charge of our little penalty, and it was a lot of fun. When you have a cool pro driver like that who's you know enjoying your penalty as much as you are, that's always fun. That's how cool Lemons is. That's how much fun it is. And yeah, if you're into cars and you're into racing, it's really cool. It's a whole other side. These are not $1 million cars with $1 million crews and $1 million toter home and lounge setups. These are, according to Lemons rules, is $151. But in actuality, it's about a $22,000 car. And that doesn't include a minute of labor. That is only parts and building it. So you're going to see, if you come down, you'll see a lot of really amazing cars. Really, really amazing stuff. Um, Stuff you're not going to see from any YouTuber or anything like that. Just combinations you would never think of. You know, uh, I can't even think. There's just, if you think of the craziest stuff, like an Iron Duke in a first gen RX-7. Who does that? Well, guys at Lemons do that. You want to see a 70s Rolls Royce Phantom with a Gen 3 Viper in it? Yeah. No, that's a real thing. That's a real car. This guy named Darko made it, and it's absolutely bonkers. It's fast as hell, but it goes through gas like, I go through Son of Thurman burgers. I mean, it's no joke. It's crazy. It shoots flames and has this crazy double wishbone suspension in the back. Is nuts. So you'll see crazy engineering like that. And like I said, the people are a lot of fun. We would love to have you down there. So definitely hit me up and I'll cover your spectator. So thanks everyone for hanging out in the shop tonight. We'll do a lot more cool stuff tomorrow, and we'll be a lot earlier tomorrow. Um, the sun will probably still be up when we do this. And don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Okay, give them a kiss on the cheek, give them a kiss on the nose, hold their hand, give it a squeeze. It's really important, not only for them but also for you. Okay. All right. Thanks everyone. I will catch you tomorrow night. Have a great night, everybody.